I was on mute. I was on mute. Welcome to Wednesday Night Coffee with Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and you're probably wondering why I'm wearing this and buttoned up here and everything. Well, it's cold in Central Texas, and I've got two heaters. My office are like 10 foot by 12 foot, and I'm running two heaters, and it's crowded in here because I have these shelves in the back. I have shelves over here. I have shelves over here. It's crowded in this room. So you'd think, well, it's probably pretty warm. My house was built in the 20s. That's the 1920s, not the 2020s. So it's cold because back in the 1920s, when they built a house in Texas, they didn't bother putting insulation in the walls. And if they did, it was just, paper. And that's long gone if there ever was any. And I don't think there ever was any. Now, there is some insulation in the attic because I put it up there. And that's about it. I'm running two heaters. I've got it up to about 50 degrees, which means I can go ahead and do this show. That's, to me, that's kind of important. I want to do it every week. I don't want to skip a week. So there you go. But to show you how cold it is in Central Texas, let me bring up the screen for you. There you go. 9 p.m., 21 degrees, 22 degrees at 8 p.m., and it's going to get colder, as you can see. When I got up this morning, it was 16 degrees outside, and the kitty brats weren't happy, but, they all bundle up and sleep together, so they stay warm. And a lot of times they go under the house. So yeah, it's definitely a little chilly here, and that's why I've got this. Now this, you're not going to find one of these if you go to a store. My wife made this years and years and years ago, and I still wear it 2 or 3 times a year because that's all I need it for. I might be wearing it on Friday night because it's still going to be cold then. But this weekend it's supposed to start warming up and it get more normal for this time of year for Texas. So I got my coffee. And I've got some comics to show you. I'm not going to do a long show because I think I want to crawl under the covers early. But I'll kick it off with these. These are the ones that most of you have seen these before. These are the comics that I pressed this week. Roughly 3 a day, so there's like 20, 21 of them, something like that. Now, next week, I probably won't have that many because I only pressed one comic today. It was too cold to go back there. And, of course, my press and everything is in the laundry room, and there is definitely no heat in that laundry room. So I guess I could turn the dryer on, but that wouldn't help. So these are the comics I have for this show. And these are, I think, everything in here I'm keeping. I don't know if there's anything that I'm going to offer up for sale. Well, there's a couple of things I might consider offering up for sale. But I think all of these are going to go in my collection or are already part of my collection. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this. And we'll see what we've got there. Starting with from April of 1975, we've got Brothers of the Spear. I'm not sure what number it is. I just know what date it is. And of course, I find the date. First thing I do is I look at the price. 25 cents, that's going to be in the middle of the 70s anyway. And then I look at these 3 numbers right here. That 504. The 04 means April. And the 5 is 1975 because the price, of course. So that's how I figure that out. Next, I have Archie's Girls, Betty and Veronica, number 189. And some of these might, oh, no. This one I have, this is a double. I will be offering this up for sale. Maybe this Friday. I don't know. I forgot that I have Archies in here that are doubles. So that's a good thing. Next up is another Brothers of the Spear. This one is from September of 1973. Again, it's 20-cent price tag, and that was, the 72, 73, 74, like on there. And then this number is number 309. That's the 9th month of 1973. And that's how you can tell gold key dates without having to open it up. Something that's always good to know, in my opinion. Then I have Laugh Comics number 235. This one is a duplicate. I will be offering this one up for sale. Nice and flat. Not a high grade copy, but it's decent. Then we have Pep number 276. This one might be better than the one I have in my collection, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to offer this one up for sale anyway. Then I have Classics Illustrated Junior number 506, The Three Little Pigs. And I think I got this from Horizon Picks a while back, and it's one that I didn't have, so that's always nice to get something I don't have. Cleaned and pressed. Then we have American Flag number 2. Now this next one is part of my collection, and that's Archie number 410 in a newsstand. I'm not sure exactly when this came out, but let me see here. 1993. 1993 is the copyright that's right here. They have a copyright date right there on the spine. Next up, I might offer this up for sale. I have not decided yet. We'll see. This is Pebbles and Bam, Teenage Pebbles and Bam Bam, number 18 from 1974, Silver Age. I haven't decided if I want to keep these or let them go. I'm probably going to let them go. Then I have from Warp Graphics, Myth Adventures, number 11. And oh, yeah, I'm going to keep this unless I already have a copy. But I don't have the Warp Graphics listed on my database, so I'll have to actually go find the other copies of Myth Adventures I have, and then I'll know. Next up, we have Billy the Kid. It looks like number 58. This is a Silver Age, probably from the mid 60s, I'm guessing, based on the size of the comics code. I would say mid 60s. They started out really big, and then they got smaller and smaller and smaller. Then we have Scorpio Rose, number 1, and this is I'm definitely keeping. It goes well with my Coyote run that features the first appearance of Scorpio Rose by Todd McFarlane, I might add. Oh, is it cold here? Let me see. I'll show you this again. Just a little bit, yes. It's in the 20s outside. It's in the low 20s outside, so it's below freezing. But like I said, I do have it up to about 50 degrees in here. Yeah. By running 2 heaters simultaneously. My electric bill is going to be a real bear this month. And then we have Scorpio Rose number 2. And like I said, the rest of these, they're all part of my collection. So this is Turok, Son of Stone. Now, I'm not sure exactly what month or year this is because it's Whitman. And they didn't bother putting any information on it because that was, I'm sure it's mid 70s, but Whitman put out the 3-packs, and this would have been in a 3-pack. So, and we have American Flag number 29. I'm getting real close to having all of these. I really need to go through and make a list of what I need and just go ahead and get them when I get a little extra money. We have Elf Quest Shards, number 1. And Phase 1 Phasers, number 1. That's an AC comic. I like that comic line. I collect the AC comics along with the DC comics. So. Then I have Luke Cage Power Man number 18. Now I'm toying with the idea of selling off my Luke Cage or my Power Man comics, but I haven't made up my mind yet. So as of right now, this is still a part of my collection. If I do decide to sell them, well, then I will. Then I have Power Man number 20. Yeah, it's supposed to stay cold like this until, I think Saturday it's supposed to start warming up a little bit. And by Sunday, it's supposed to get back into the 70s. This is from Modern Comics, Yang number 11. Now, this is actually a reprint of the Charlton Yang number 11. Yeah. Printed on the same presses as the Charlton ones. So it's basically a Charlton comic with the Modern Comics logo because, of course, by the time they published these, they had already gone bankrupt and started getting rid of them. Oh, I have lots of indies. I probably have 30 short boxes of independent comics, not counting my Gold Key, my Dell, and my Whitman. Yeah. Now here we have Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 42. This one had a pretty bad spine roll, which I managed to get rid of. And it's looking a whole lot nicer now than what it did. Of course, this one is staying in my collection. It's one of the nicer copies from around this time frame that I have. And that is, yeah, those are my comics that I pressed this week. Now, I did go ahead and buy those other comics. That I showed last week that I'd made an offer on, but the guy had not yet accepted it. He went ahead and accepted the offer. So that's good news for me. But I have picked up some other stuff, some other comics for my. Most of these are going in my collection, which is probably not a surprise. Why would I buy something not to go in my collection? I have plenty of stuff to sell now. So we're going to kick it off with Action Comics number 303. And yeah, this is definitely going in my collection. Really nice copy, too. I was surprised. I didn't pay a whole lot up for these. these first 6 I showed, I got in a lot, and they didn't cost me a whole lot. Here's number 338. I think all in for these 6, I think I might have paid $50. Number 356. Of course, they all need new bags and boards, and I'm going to press them all. Clean them if they need cleaning, which normally they do. Here's 80-page Giant number 45, which is Action Comics number 360. Yeah. Didn't have that one in my collection either. I had it at one time back in the 70s, but now I have it again, and that makes me happy. Here's number 383. Not the best condition in the world. It's funny, the older ones are in better condition than the newer ones in this series, in this lot. And then number 400. And this is another lot that I picked up for about the same price as the first 6 there that I showed. And the first one I'm going to show you is in really bad shape. It's Superman Man of Steel, number 22. So it's from the 90s. Now, how can a comic from the 90s be in this bad a condition? I mean, it's got tape all along the spine and on the inside. They taped the comic cover to the comic on both the front just on the front, not on the back. It's got a tear out of it. I mean, how does a comic get into that condition? What I'm probably going to do is and it has new staples too. Somebody stapled it too. What I'm probably going to do is take the original staples out of this and put them in my little baggies, and then this will go into my scrap pile for when I need something. You know, maybe I'll need some paper or something. So next one I have is Superman Team Family number 1. Didn't have that. Was very happy to get it. Coffee time. And we have Superman number 1 in a newsstand. I have a direct market copy. I didn't have a newsstand copy. Now I have both. That kind of stuff makes me happy. I like it when I have both the direct and the newsstand version of a comic, especially from DC. Marvel, I don't care as much. And here's a copy of World's Finest 200. Problem is, it's missing the first wrap, the first page, and also the last page. So I don't know if I'm going to look around and see if I can't find a first and last page and add it in here. Maybe find them online and print them out. I don't know how I'm going to work that out, or if I'm just going to toss it into my bin to be used for other parts at a later date. So that goes up there. Then I have Man of Steel number 2 in a newsstand. I have a copy of Man of Steel number 2. I don't know if it's newsstand or direct market, so I'll have to check on that. Action Comics number 454. This one doesn't go in here. This is part of the one that I bought. The guy accepted my offer. So this one, yeah, those are still mine, Michael. Don't get your hopes up too big. I haven't decided yet. But this one is actually going to be up for sale. But that one came in the batch that I showed last week that I had made an offer on. I don't know why it's in here. We have Action Comics number 683 in a newsstand. Didn't have this in a newsstand. So that's cool. We have Superman Red and Superman Blue in a newsstand. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if I have a copy of this at all. So I'll have to double check. And if I have a copy, great. But as of right now, it's going to go there. We got a Superman Man of Steel in a newsstand. I have, I don't know, 4 or 5 direct market copies somewhere. But this will be the only newsstand copy I have. Yeah, well, you've never seen me do a show in 50 degree when it's 50 degrees in here either. It's 20 degrees outside. Yeah, I like the way they turned out. I'm thinking maybe I don't want those. Maybe I'll offer them up for sale, or I might keep them. I'll make up my mind eventually. Now we have Superman Annual number 1 in a newsstand. Again, I didn't have a copy of Superman Annual number 1 at all, so I'm happy to get that. The World of Smallville number 1 newsstand. Again, I don't know if I have the direct market or the newsstand copy. I have to go take a look at it because it shows I have a copy, but it doesn't show if it's direct market or newsstand. Because at the time that I put these in a database, I wasn't concerned with what type of variant it was, if it was a variant. Now, this is a good one. Daring New Adventures of Supergirl in a newsstand. Again, I don't know which one I have. Why is this one a good one? Well, if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, this is definitely one you want to get because it has the preview of Masters of the Universe. So that is the first Masters of the Universe comic book right there. If you're a Masters of the Universe fan, you need one of these. Thing is, I don't know if I need that one or not. Man of Steel number 1. This is the cover I don't have. I have the other cover. And it's in a newsstand. So that's a double good thing. The DC movie special, Quest for Peace. The worst Superman movie ever. But it's in a newsstand, so like anybody cares. Kenneth, how are you doing? Glad to see you. Glad you stopped by. Action Comics Annual number 1, another comic I didn't have, so glad to get that. Action Comics number 644 in a newsstand. I have a direct market copy. This is looks like $4.98. Have to put it over there in the light so I can read it. $4.86. Anyway, it's an Action Comics with the Whitman mark, which means this came in a 3-pack. It's I think it's $4.86 or $4.89. I can't really read it. It's from August of 1975, so kind of neat. Kind of glad. Or August of 76. Kind of neat to have. I think I have another one of these though. I'll show you that in a little bit. This is a reprint of something that I used to have. I used to have a bigger one. It's the three-dimensional 3-Dimension Adventures Superman 3D. This reprints a larger size that was that I had, which unfortunately that was one of the items that got destroyed in the 2008 or 2007 or 2008 flood. And they did include some 3D glasses, although it's not the right ones. So that's still kind of neat, though. This is, like I said, it's a reprint. It has a tape pull. Not happy about that, but I'm still happy to get it. I was so happy when I got this. I paid like $15 or $20 for the original when I got it. Was thinking, what a great deal I got. That's a $100 book. Somebody found a bunch of them in a warehouse and flooded the market, and the value went down to $10 overnight. And mine was worth nothing because it was not mint. But that's the way it goes. So, yeah, that's things like that happen. That's why if you ever run across a warehouse find of something that's rare or something, let's say you were going through a warehouse and you find 1,000 copies of Hulk 181. Do not flood the market with 1,000 copies of Hulk 181. Although it wouldn't really make any difference because it's overinflated anyway. But you don't want to do that. You want to release them one or two at a time. Otherwise, you'll make the price go, you'll make the value go way down. This next one, you may have seen this cover before. I don't know. Maybe a few of you have. No, this is not the original Superman #1. It is a 1999 reprint of or a facsimile copy of the original Superman #1. And this is probably the closest I'm ever going to get to the actual copy since I've never actually seen one. I now have 2 of these. That doesn't mean this is going to be up for sale. This one will go in my collection. The other one will stay with the action figure in the Superman Masterpiece set that comes with this, a hardback book, and the action figure. Next thing I have, Adventures of Superman number 502. Another one that I lost in the flood. Not anymore. Have it now. DC Comics Presents number 85. In a newsstand. I have to take a look at my copy to see if I have newsstand or direct. Or maybe I don't have it at all. I don't know. I'm missing a few DC Comics Presents. I think I actually accidentally sold some of them. I had nearly the whole run. I think I accidentally sold some of them because I don't have close to the full run anymore. World of Krypton #1 newsstand. I don't know if I have the newsstand copy or not. I think I do, but hey, didn't I show that already? I showed this one already, but here's another one. So, yeah, that one will be offered up for sale. At some point. Action Comics number 470 something. 479. Again, newsstand. Don't know if my copy is newsstand or direct, or if I even have it. This I know I've got. So I'll be offering one of these up for sale pretty soon. No, I didn't check for any type of variants. I do have Mark Jeweler variants in my Superman collection. I know I do. And I have them in my Wonder Woman comics too. And I also have some in some of my other comics. Probably have a few Marvel. But I don't care. At the time I made my database, Mark Jeweler variants weren't really a thing. People didn't care about them. They didn't care about inserts at all. And they really didn't care that much about newsstand or direct. It was just a comic is a comic is a comic. You know, if you have a copy of Action Comics 544, which was the 45th anniversary issue, like this one, it didn't matter if it was newsstand, if it was direct, if it had a Mark Jeweler in it. I don't think this one does. None of that made any difference as long as you had a copy. That was the only thing that made a difference. Now, let's go back a little bit. There was an Action comic here. A little ways back. Where's that Whitman? That's the one I want. There it is. This one. Remember I said I think I have a copy of that? Well, yeah, I do. There's three comics in here. All DC. There's a Superman. Or there's an Action Comics. There's a Superman that I don't know which one it is. And the middle one that we can't see, I kind of shifted the comics around and peeked. And it's an issue of Super Friends that I kind of want to open it, but I kind of don't, because it's Bronze Age in the original bag. So, like I said, I kind of want to open it, but I kind of don't. And I don't know if I can get it so that you can see it or not. We'll give it a try. It says, you can't really see it too good, but it says smashing out of the TV screen. And then if you could look down in here, you would see the Super Friends logo. So that's kind of neat. There's somebody I haven't seen for a while. How are you doing? So yeah, that's I got some neat stuff this week. And almost all of it's going to end up in my collection, which is always kind of cool. I'm not showing anything for sale tonight. I don't really plan on being on a long time, because it's going to start getting colder real quick here. And then my temperature in the room will start dropping. So. Oh, I'm doing good. But as for the community being in shambles, no, I don't think so. You know, if I have one person that enjoys what I do, I'm happy. I know I'm not going to make a fortune off of YouTube. I've been on here for 5-6 years now. Had been making videos for 5 or 6 years now, and I still haven't hit 1,000 subs. So I'm not going to worry about it. I do this because I like doing it, and that's the whole reason. Now, I wanted to work on my on that Phantom Stranger comics more this week, but I didn't, because it went from Sunday is when it started getting chilly. And I watched the temperature drop from about 60, 65 degrees in the morning down to about 40 in the space of about 4 hours, and went, yeah, it's going to get chilly. And it's just steadily gotten colder. So, but I will be doing another one soon, and I will be, I'm going to try to get finish getting that other room settled so that this spring, or once it starts warming up again, I can start doing my short videos. But I'm going to skip to the end of DC Comics and start doing the independent stuff, probably starting with Gold Key in Dell and Gold Key, and I'll start doing those first, I think. And then maybe I'll do Archie, and then I'll start doing just everything. I don't even know where to start with the DC Comics. I think I would just skip the rest of the letter F, and go straight to G, which means about a month and a half of Green Lantern. That's a lot of Green Lantern comics. Yeah, exactly. It's in the 20s right now here. And in my office, I got it up to about 50, which means I get to go live. But yeah, everything will be coming up fine, and everything will get back together. I'm still recovering from last year's flood, so that's been almost a year. Even though they finished the work that they were going to do back about 3 or 4 months ago, I still haven't gotten the house all the way back together again, because I have to find room for things. When they redid my bathroom, they extended it almost 2 feet, which means I have less 2 feet by 10 foot. So that's 20 square feet. And when you figure my ceiling is 9 feet tall, that's 180 cubic feet that I don't have anymore to put stuff in. So I have to kind of find other places to put it. So yeah, that's it's taking some time, but I'll get there. It's yeah, floods are no fun. Cold weather is no fun. Oh, and I have to finish painting the inside of the house because they didn't bother finishing that. They left that up to me. And there's some caulking that has to be done that I'll have to do. Yeah. These people would come and work for 4 hours and leave. Then they'd come 2 or 3 days later, work for 4 hours and leave. Fortunately, I didn't have to pay them, or I would have fired them. No problem. Like I said, always glad for you to stop by. Happy to see anybody stop by. Everybody's always welcome on my channel, unless you're a band. Yeah. And it's not easy to get banned off my channel. I will be in the description down below. I do have a link to my sales channel, which I have not done anything yet for. I will probably do a couple of videos where I just show comics and offer them up for sale. And then you just put it in comment, you'll be able to claim them in comments, or send me an Instagram message, or send me a message to my email address saying you want them, and we'll work something out. That's probably going to start next week, next Friday, I think. I'm supposed to be on Horizon Picks channel this Friday for his bash, his 200th episode, his 200th Friday night celebration, and it's also his birthday, so of course I'm going to be there for that. And then we'll see what happens after that, because after that I won't be on his channel for probably 5 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, something like that. So yeah. That's why I've created a new channel just to do sales on, because I won't be doing sales very often on his. So that's going to happen. And of course, that doesn't mean I'm not going to make content for this channel. I'll still make content for this channel and keep posting it. And this is where the Wednesday night show will always be. It will never go to the sales channel. Wednesday nights are our night to talk and have fun and just BS and whatever. And the rest of the week is the rest of the week is just uploads for whatever I happen to be working on at the time. I did clean and put in the press today a Lois Lane. Oh my God. It's got to be a fine copy, maybe even very fine. It just really nice copy. I didn't hardly have to clean it, but it did have some dirt on it, so got out my little eraser and went to town. Took me about an hour and a half to clean it up because I took my time and did it right. So I think that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to go to bed early. I'm going to finish my coffee, obviously, but I have no problem. I can drink a cup of coffee and go to bed and go to sleep. That's not a big deal. So I think I'm going to finish this off early tonight. And thank you, everybody that showed up. And yeah, like, subscribe, and do all that nice YouTube stuff. And if you want to help support the channel, you can always buy me a cup of coffee. Link for that's down below too. And we will see you next Wednesday night or on Horizon Picks channel. So, which the description for that sale is, or the link for that sale is also in the description down below. So we'll see you then, everybody. Have yourself a good time. And I'll do my best. I'll do my best to stay warm. If it gets too bad, I'll go get a hotel room and stay nice and toasty there. It cost me some money, but it beats freezing to death, right? So take it easy, everybody. We'll see you next time, and have yourself a great week.